Hi everybody, hope you're doing good. Today I wanted to talk about how do we get rid of our fears. It was Travis's idea for me to talk about this subject, and thank you Travis, because he comes up with the greatest titles a lot. So I started to think about it, and I start writing because I like to write. And I thought of numerous ways to get rid of our fears. It's our mindset, obviously, that needs to change. And it's always what we bring in. We always think of the worst of the worst. And that's what you have to shift, because you have to edit your mind. I always say, if you're thinking about a particular subject and you're thinking about something really bad, counter it with what is good about it. What is going good about that particular subject? Immediately get out of that bad, fearful mode. This is something I started to do about 10 years ago. I counter everything. So if I start thinking about something that makes me sad or makes me very anxious, I immediately shift and I think and remind myself, what is good about it right now? Okay? Because this shifts everything and alters everything. I came up with some things that I thought was really, really important, and I wanted to share them with you. The one thing is, take time out for you. When you take time out for you, you're resting your mind in a very tranquil, healthy way. Sometimes when we're bombarded with things, we don't know which way's up. And we need to kind of walk away from a bad situation, even if it's just temporary, because we have to give ourselves a break from it. So that, I want to say, I do that too. Sometimes when I've had all that I could take, or if I'm working on a case and it's really, really gotten to me, I have to walk away. Even if it's for a half a day, an hour, I have to walk away, clear my mind. It's important, and it does help, okay? When you're doing the best that you can in every possible way, then you got to give it up to God. You got to give it to the universe and say, look, I've done everything I humanly can on my end. I can't do any more. And if it is more and I don't know, ask universe, please show me. Please tell me what I need to know. Please show me the signs. When you ask, you will receive. Okay? Breathing techniques. I say this a lot in my videos. Breathing is unbelievably helpful. It's never too late to learn how to breathe and monitor your breathing. It's a key to your vitals, to all your organs. Even small children should be learning how to breathe, because it brings down the anxiety level. I remember my husband taught me this when I was very young, and he taught our daughter. Until this day, we are very mindful of our breathing. My husband is probably the calmest man in the whole world, and it's a gift. And every day he reminds me of his gift just by being who he is. And I am so blessed to have this man in my life. I am. So when you could be more mindful of your breathing, it makes all the difference. Go on YouTube. There's all kinds of breathing techniques on YouTube that you can learn. You don't have to sign up for a class. If you can, you have time, great. But if not, you can look up these strategies on YouTube. There's plenty of them out there, and I suggest you do it as a family. Do it with you and your spouse, or you and your child, and just start practicing this, and you're going to be really surprised how much of a difference it's going to make in how you feel. And the fear just kind of exhales out. Okay? Another thing is, face your fears. Think about it. We're always worrying about the what ifs. Why don't we just face them? Whatever it is, face it head on. Look at it for its truth. I say this all the time. Look at it. Okay, this is what it is. Now we can go on and figure it out and maybe come to a solution. This is something that's very, very important, and this is what we don't do. We always imagine the what ifs, and it gets us even more anxiety driven. So just look at it for its truth. You'll be surprised how much it will help. Okay? I always say this. Imagine the worst. Now, it is not being negative. What is the worst that could happen in this particular situation that you're worrying about? The reason I say that is, have a plan A and a B and a C for every way that you're imagining it. This way, you are prepared and have some leeway to what you have to do next. This is so important. I like to have my ducks in a row. So if I've got some dilemmas coming, then I have to figure out, okay, If this happens this way, then I can maybe do this. If this happens this way, reach out to people that specialize in a field that you need help in. Because if you have a money problem, look into a CPA, see what their strategy is to help you cope. If you have an IRS issue, whatever it is, that really makes all the difference. So start putting some plan of action, and it will help ease your mind. Solutions always help beyond words, okay? So that is something that I really want to say. Here's another thing. Look at the evidence. Before you imagine all these different things, look at the evidence in hand and then start working backwards, okay? You see it for where it is, but how would you change it? Knowing what you know now, work backwards. So the next time when you have maybe something similar, you're going to refer backwards to the event and it will teach you. Like I always say, sometimes lessons can be blessings and they will teach us. So don't look at it as, oh, I'm cursed. Why does everything happen to me? It doesn't. It's trying to teach. Remember that. Take it as a life lesson instead of everybody ganging up on you. Take accountability. Here's another thing. Take accountability. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay? And this is very, very important. And if you don't know what you did, then you need to think back, what could I have done to make this person angry at me? But you have to really look at it for its truth. If you're a difficult person, okay, think about this. And you are, if you are, and somebody just finally is saying, I've had enough, I can't deal with you anymore, and doesn't say anything, or maybe whatever it is. You don't even have to have an argument. Think about who you are and maybe the possibilities to what you have done to that person, where a person just says, I can't do this anymore, I'm out. It's a life lesson, it's a hard lesson, but it's a truthful lesson, and you need to be honest with yourself. So if there is something that you could work on with you, I suggest you start doing that, because it's going to make your life a lot more simpler when you meet new people, so you don't keep making the same mistake, just the faces change. Very, very important. Talk about what you're worrying about. Sometimes when we have a bad dilemma and we just don't know what to do, and we've exhausted it within ourselves, I always say, find the one person that's your person. The person that's a mentor or that you highly respect, or both. Somebody that you can trust. It's not a bad idea to go to that person and talk to that person and see what this person has to say. It makes all the difference in the world. Sometimes 2 pairs of ears are better than 1. So that might be something. Maybe this person will come up with something you didn't even think about. I always say, do that, but make sure it's a person that really has your back, okay? Remind yourself, last but not least, in doing what you had, okay, what you have been dreading. That's a good one. I thought about this the other day. What you have been dreading to do and you've been putting off. That also will give you immense anxiety. In other words, bite the bullet and do what you got to do. It's hard. It's like ripping a Band-Aid. But here's the thing. When you finally conquered your fear of something you dreaded, reward yourself. How often do you truly say, hey, it was hard, but I did it and I'm proud of me? Say that. I can't tell you. If there is something that I dread, yeah, I'm human. I'm like, oh, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to go? Do I really want to talk to this person? But you know what? You do it and you're done. This is something that's really important, but don't forget to praise you within you. This is very important because of how hard it was for you. You did it. And that deserves merit. So don't be afraid to say you did something good. You need to reward yourself by hearing your own words. Talk to yourself like you would be telling a friend, because when you start doing that, it makes all the difference in the world. All right? So these are strategies that I hope will help face your fears and get over them very quickly, because I always say there is literally no room for fear and added fear. We have to sit there, face it, figure it out, and let it go. So you can have more of a quality and a tranquil of living. Tranquility is everything. Peace is everything. And you cannot have a happy life without peace. All right? I hope this has enlightened you. Please subscribe to Facebook, Instagram. There's all kinds of things. We're going to keep the videos always coming. And I hope this has given you a lot more food for thought. Thank you, Travis. It was a great topic, and I hope you like it too. Take care. All my love. Bye-bye.